Welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can apply pixelation effect to a video in native Android application with shaders. So let's get started. So there are two ways of applying like this particular pixelation effect. You can either apply it permanently to a video and save a copy of that video to external storage so the user can use it whenever he or she feels like, or you can just apply that pixelation effect temporarily just for the user to see. So I'll show you both the approaches. So first, in the first approach we will see how to apply it temporarily, so the copy would not be saved to external storage. So I'll just click on this pick video button, and here you can see I'll just select this particular video, and here I'll just pause the video for a second so that I can speak. So here you can see the effect was applied immediately. So irrespective of how big your video is, if you want the effect to applied immediately without wasting time, then you should use this approach, because the second approach will take a bit of time depending on how big your video is. So I'll just play this video. So hopefully you got the point. Sorry, my device got disconnected, but hopefully you saw the output. Now I'll show you the second output at the very end of the video, because otherwise you guys will get confused, because we need to make some changes in the code as well. So I'm using native I'm using XML layout, but if you want you can use Jetpack Compose as well, so it's completely up to you. So first you need to go to build.gradle.kts, and here you need to add few dependencies. First one is this Media3 effect, then the Media3 transformer, then the Media3 common, Media3 UI, as well as Media3 exoplayer. Once you add all these dependencies, okay, sorry, let me just remove this. Okay, so once you add all these dependencies, make sure you click on the sync now button which you see over here, so that it can download all the Android dependencies for you. Then you need to go to activity_main, and here you have one button first, so which is used for picking the video. So if you are using Jetpack Compose, you will have to do this via Jetpack Compose. So the code is very small. So here is our button for picking a video, then this is the button for playing the this is the player view for playing the video. So I've given it some height, width, resize mode, buffering, next button, rewind button, and all that, and I'm constrained it to the parent as well as to the top of our button. Okay, so hopefully you got the bottom of our button, sorry. So hopefully you got the point. So yeah, that's all. Next you need to create an assets folder for shader code. Now I don't know anything about shader. The shader code which I'm going to show you, I have just copied it from ChatGPT. So to create this particular assets folder, you can just right click new and go to folder, and here you can just click on assets folder and click on finish. I have already created it, so I'm not creating it again. Then you need to create these three files. So first one is this vertex_shader_copy_es2.glsl. so this is the vertex shader code. Like I said, I'm not an expert, so I'm not going to try to explain you to this. You can simply pause the video and just copy this code. Okay, next is the fragment shader. So I don't think this is required. I think this is not required, sorry about this. I can just delete this. Okay, and I think this is required. So let me just quickly run my application just to see in case if there is any error. Okay, my device is getting disconnected every now and then because of loose connection, sorry about this. So let me just rerun the application. Hopefully it's okay. I'm getting disconnected, I don't know why. Okay, hopefully this works now. Let me run it again. Okay, why I'm not able to run this? Okay, I'm able to run it. So okay, so that particular fragment shader was not required. So anyways, so you can just create this particular fragment shader of pixelation. Again, I have copy pasted it from the documentation. I'm not an expert on this, so yeah, feel free to pause the video and just copy this code. Then here we have another Kotlin file called pixelation shader program.kt. Again, I have copy pasted this from the documentation. Is this unstable API required? Let me quickly check. Yeah, it is still required. Unfortunately, even in version 1.8.0 of Media3 effect, this is unstable. Even though the library is stable, the APIs are a bit unstable. I mean, they are stable, we just have to add this particular annotation. Again, I'll simply scroll through this file. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all this code. Again, like I said, I have just copied it from chat GPT. I'm not an expert on this. So yeah, here if you have changed the vertex shader, fragment shader, file name, you will have to change it over here as well. But yeah, that's all there is. That's all the code there is. Again, I'll simply scroll up. I'll simply scroll down one more time. So feel free to pause the video and just copy this code. Then you just need to go to main activity. So here I'll show you all the code. So these are all the imports. So I'll simply scroll through these imports. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports. So for the first video output which I showed you, this transformer.listener is not required. This is for the second video output, and with the help of this we need to override two methods, on completed and on error. Like I said, the effect, if you are applying permanently to a video, it does take a bit of time. That's why if you are not applying that particular second output which I will show you shortly, you don't require this transformer.listener. Then here we have this array list of effect. Here is our input player, here is our input player view, then here is the file name, the playback position is 0, play when ready is true, here is our transformer, here is our file path, here we initialize our handler, here we initialize our progress holder as well, and here is our video URL which is empty at the start. So this particular method is called on the button click. So here you can see we are filtering only by video. So once the user picks the video, we get the URI and we assign to our video URL variable, and we just initialize our input player. Now for the second method which I will show you shortly, we have to uncomment this one out and comment this one out, because we can't initialize input player. We need to wait for the transformation to happen, but we'll do that later on. But just keep in mind, this setup transformer is for the second output which I will show you. Then here inside onCreate we initialize our input player, we add this pixel shader program. So here you can use this and pixel size whatever you want, you can play around with this value, and on a button click we just call that launch new video picker method. Okay, so here we initialize our input player. Now this method is called in both output which I will show you, but the only change is in the second method you need to uncomment this and comment this line out. Okay, whereas for the first method this is what the code is. So you need to comment these two lines of code for the first output. So then here media item is not equal to null. We set the media item, we apply the video effects, we set the playback position, play when ready, and prepare it as well. And here we release our player once we go to on stop life cycle, as you can see over here. Inside on pause we pause our player, inside on destroy we release our player as well. Like I said, setup transformer will be called in the second method. So now this entire code which I will show you will be for the second output. It is not related to the first output which I have already showed you. So here we have this transform video. Here we initialize our transformer, here we initialize our input media item, then here we initialize our edited media item, and here we create an external file. We start the transformation. Now the transformation does take a bit of time, so here we are tracking the state. So if you want to display the progress to the user, you can use this. So the progress state goes from 0, 1 and 2. So these are the three values a progress state can contain, whereas the progress holder dot progress goes from 0 to 100, but it does not always reach till 100. It depends on your video as well. If it is a small video, it does not reach till 100, but the progress state becomes 0. That's an indication that the video has finished processing. And you also have this on complete callback which I will show you shortly. So here I have just added a 500 milliseconds delay. If you want to add it, you can do that. This is the code for creating an external file as well. Okay, then here we add the video to external storage so the user can access it even outside our app. So here we just so again this code I have copy pasted it from documentation. So again I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all this code, like I'm not an expert on this. Okay, and here is the two callbacks from transformer.listener. So once the video has finished processing, we initialize our input player, we play the video, we save the file to external storage and display a toast message. In case of any error, I just display a toast message saying whatever was the error. Okay, so hopefully you got the point. Now let's see the second output. So like I said, for the second output we need to uncomment some code, uncomment some out as well. So firstly you will have to uncomment and comment this one out. Okay, and you need to uncomment this and you need to comment this one out. Okay, set media item. Okay, and here you can, I think, use it like this as well, because we don't require this. So hopefully you got the point. Now let's play it, let's see if it works or not. Hopefully it should work. It has still not built. I'm still running it. Let's just wait. So okay, this is run. Now I'll just click on pick video. I'll just select the same video, and here you can see, if I just show you the logs of progress, we should see here, you can see now. I've just paused the video for a second. Here you can see the progress. So it starts, the progress state is 1, but at the end the progress state becomes 0, and these are actual progress value. Like I said, it does not always reach till 100. It stopped at 92, and this is our video playing. So hopefully you got the point. Now if I click on pick video, there are 3 videos. So the first video is the pixelated effect, so you can access it even outside our app. So hopefully you got the point. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.